Well, hi there everyone and welcome to the channel. My name's Kareth and I appreciate you putting up with me today because I seem to have come down with that same crud and now I sound terrible. I'm going to try and get this over with as quickly as possible and that way you don't have to listen to me for too long. I'm sorry I sound so awful. Thankfully, I don't feel badly. Today I'm going to do a recipe for combination fried rice. It's kind of like a Chinese takeout style. I'm going to use Thrive Life ingredients and some leftover rice that we had from a Szechuan restaurant. Now you can get great flavor in a fried rice without too many ingredients. What you really need is some soy sauce, a little bit of sugar, salt and pepper, and sesame oil is optional. It's really good in it though, I recommend it. But don't go out and buy sesame oil just to make this fried rice. It's going to be good whether or not you have it. On the screen here, I'll put up a list of ingredients and then I'll put the measurements and the full recipe and the cooking instructions down in the description box below the video. I decided to go ahead and put some green peas in here. I really do like the green peas. If you don't like them, leave them out, or you could substitute green beans. Those are also really good in here. You don't need a lot of the Thrive Life ingredients, but I do like the combination of these vegetables here. I like the combination of the green peas, the carrots, and the onions, but it's totally up to you. If you don't want to include carrots in your fried rice, then you can either substitute some mushrooms for that or just leave them out altogether. This is completely customizable. Do it according to your taste buds. I'm using a combination of chopped onions and green onions. Thrive isn't making the green onions anymore, so you can either leave those out if you don't have them, or you could use the Lighthouse brand spring onions or chives if you like. Now, since this is combination fried rice, I am going to be using 2 types of meat. You can use whatever meat you like. I'm using some chicken slices and some pulled pork. If you want to use some shrimp in here, do that. If you want to use fresh meat instead of the freeze-dried meat, do that. Totally up to you. Now I am going to add some really hot water. I microwave that water. And then I'm going to let that sit for probably 20 minutes or so to refresh those things. Now, when you're making fried rice or pretty much any kind of stir fry, I think it's important to prepare your ingredients beforehand, because when you're making this, everything kind of has to happen immediately. So it's nice to have everything prepped in advance. So all I did was I got out some bowls here. I've prepped 2 eggs. That's the equivalent of 2 scrambled eggs in one bowl. And then I'm going to put the sesame oil in another bowl. That's a finishing oil. You put it in at the end. You can use all regular soy sauce if you don't have the dark soy sauce. I'm using a combination of both. It's mostly just regular soy sauce with a little bit of the dark soy sauce at the end. But if you don't have the dark soy sauce, just use all regular. It will still be delicious, I promise. And to that, you want to add just a teaspoon or so of sugar. Now, the sugar not only helps to lend a little bit of sweetness, which is needed in here, but it also helps to caramelize your fried rice. Go ahead and stir that really well. It took me about a minute for that sugar to completely dissolve in the soy sauce. And then I've just got some salt and pepper. And you'll want to have all of these things just at the ready, because whenever you make this rice, everything kind of happens at once. When you need it immediately. So go ahead and do that prep work and you'll be thankful you did. Now I've got an iron skillet here. You could definitely use a wok. I don't have a wok. So I'm heating that up to about a medium high. I put a tablespoon of oil in the bottom of my skillet. And now I'm just going to make an omelet with those scrambled eggs. Of course, if you don't have the Thrive Life scrambled egg mix, just use 2 eggs. And you just let that cook for a while. And I like to do it omelet style because I like distinctive slivers or chunks of scrambled eggs in this versus putting the eggs in with the rice and just scrambling them. Then you just kind of get a bunch of mush, which is fine. It tastes okay. But I do like to have those distinct pieces of eggs in my fried rice. All right, then I just wipe out that skillet, same skillet here, Add a bit more oil. You'll need a couple tablespoons of oil to do this next step, which is cooking the vegetables and warming the meat. So let that heat up just a little bit, and then you can add your Thrive Life ingredients. Those refreshed for about 20 minutes, and then I strained off the excess liquid. So if you'll remember, the vegetables here are raw. All right, our meat is cooked, but our veggies are raw. So you've got raw carrots, raw onions, raw peas, whatever vegetables you've put in there, these are raw. So you do need to cook them. I'm breaking up those bigger pieces of chicken into smaller pieces here, and then you just need to let those vegetables cook. And that'll take at least 2 or 3 minutes. You need to saute these things. I'll go ahead and add the salt and pepper and season this. You want to season in layers. So go ahead and season these veggies and then just let them stir fry. And you can tell the difference in how it smells. It'll start to smell nice and toasty. It will darken in color and you'll know, yeah, that's probably ready. So when it's ready, that's what I was saying earlier. When it's ready to do the next step, you'll need to have everything at the ready. A little bit more oil goes in, and then you're going to fry your rice. This is fried rice, okay? So you do need some oil here. Go ahead and add your rice and try to break up any chunks of white rice, any clumps. You can just smush it with the back of your utensil and fry that rice. Just a couple minutes, and then make a well and add the soy sauce and sugar mixture. And see how quickly that caramelizes? It's so good in here. And then you need to just stir to combine. And you'll probably need to stir for at least a minute or more here. Make sure everything is really well combined. Now, if you're not using the dark soy sauce, your end product will be a little bit lighter than mine was. All right, then you can pull it off the heat, add the sesame oil at the end. It lends a nice smokiness that you're not going to get since you're not using that really hot wok like at the restaurant. All right, so stir that in, add your eggs. You can cut those up into smaller pieces if you like. And then this is the consistency you're looking for in your fried rice. Go ahead and give it a taste and adjust for seasoning. And just look at how gorgeous that is. So pretty. And then you can plate it up. This gave us 3 servings of combination fried rice. You can add as much or as little meat as you like to this. It's totally customizable. And it's an entire meal in and of itself. You've got your vegetables in there, the starch, the proteins. That's the meal. And boy, oh boy, it is so delicious. This rice right here is going to be way better than anything you can really get as takeout. I've noticed that a lot of times when I get fried rice from a takeout restaurant, it's not that flavorful. Most of the time, they don't spend a lot of time on their fried rice at the takeout restaurant. They just don't. They concentrate on other things. This fried rice is full of flavor, and it's really simple to make. I think you're going to love it. See those gorgeous green peas, the carrots, the chunks of the egg in there, as well as the chicken. Y'all, this is such a good meal. You could also put the Thrive Life shrimp in here if that's what you like, or you could just saute up some shrimp in advance and then add it after you cook the fried rice, and you can have some shrimp fried rice. If you enjoy my recipes, you might like to own my cookbooks. I have 2 cookbooks out at this time. They're in ebook form, and they're full of recipes for meals in jars. So they're completely shelf-stable meals. The first cookbook has about 90-something recipes, and the second one has 72 more. Book 1 is also available in print form, and I will link to those below. I'll also include my shopping link in case you want to pick up any of the Thrive Life ingredients you see featured in my video. If you click on my shopping link and order through my link, I'll just get a little bit of a commission, but it's at no extra cost to you, and I always appreciate that so much. Well, all right, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for putting up with my awful sounding voice. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. God bless you. And until next time, y'all take care and keep thriving.